Hello, everyone. So I wanted to take a moment and make this quick video for you to show you how to apply for college. So I'm going to walk you through the process very kind of quickly, but then you have this to always go back as a reference. All right, I'm going to start by sharing my screen. Okay, so the most common place to start when you're doing college applications is going to be Common App. So Common App is one spot in which you can apply to up to 20 schools using one application. Of course, if you don't want to apply through the Common App, you can apply directly on the school's website, but this is the easiest and most recommended way to apply, and most colleges that you apply to will be on the Common application. To be clear, not every school in the country is on the common application. And so if the school that you're trying to apply to is not on here, then you would apply directly on that school's website. But as long as they're on here, you can apply through the common application. I would encourage that you build out your common application profile starting your junior year. However, you cannot apply to college until August 1st of your senior year. So you can start working on the application, build out your profile, add all your documents, add your colleges, and get ready to apply. But you cannot actually hit submit until the fall of your senior year. So let's get started. When you get to the Common App website, and it is commonapp.org, you're going to first create an account. You're going to create an account as a first year student. Your email address. I strongly advise that you create an email address that is just for college applications and scholarships. Do not use your school email just because your school email does deactivate June 30th after your senior year. So if you have your applications and scholarships all connected to your school email, you're going to lose access when June 30th hits. So that's why I strongly advise having a public, like having your own email address that is not your school email. I also would suggest using a school email address that using an email address, like using your own email address that you use just for college information. Um, I would say put it as a notification on your phone. So anytime a college sends you something, anytime a scholarship sends you something, you get a notification to your phone. That's my suggestion. So again, you add that email address, whatever email address it is that you use, you create a password. I do want you to keep in mind, please write this down somewhere. Put it in the notes section of your phone, put it secure it somewhere in a Google Doc, somewhere where you can know where it is. I cannot retrieve your password for you. I have no way to get this for you. So you need to know it. Retype the password. You are applying as a first year student and plan to start college. And so if it's a current junior plan to start college in 2027, you see which one, 28 and above and beyond. So if you're a sophomore, a freshman, like if you're not quite even a junior yet, you can start this process. Anyone can start the process. It's just you're not going to apply until your senior year. You add your information, birthday, contact information. You add your address right here, answer these questions, and then you hit create an account. All right, so I have an account that I'm going to work from. So once you are inside your account, there's a couple of things we have to do to make sure your account is set up properly. There are two sections that are the most important sections. The My Common application, this is where your application lives. The profile, the family information, all of this has to be filled in. And this is why I say if you take the time to do it now, then your senior year, it's a lot easier because it's already set up. And then the My Colleges section. My Colleges is where you add the colleges, and this is where you actually hit apply to each school. So we're going to start in the My Common Application section. The very first thing I want us to do is we're going to go to the profile. At the bottom of profile, it says Common App Fee Waiver. Now, the good thing is all Bloom High School students do get a fee waiver. So you are going to say, do you meet one of the Common App Fee Waiver eligibility criteria? Yes. I certify that. And so I just wrote gibberish, but you put your name. My name is Monica Miller. And then you just hit continue. The rest, you can go back and fill it out at your leisure. But that's one thing that's very important. I want to make sure you all answer yes. And so once I did that, you see I have a check mark to say that I did my Common App Fee Waiver. The next section that we all have to do together is going to be the education section. Go to education. When you go to the education section, the very first thing is current or most recent secondary high school. Find that school. So high school name, and mine is right here. You type it in, Bloom High School. Hit continue. You'll see Bloom High School adds itself right there. Those two things have to be done before the next step of what I'm going to tell you to do. And this is just to get you set up. All right, so now we're going to go to the My Colleges section. Under the My Colleges section, well, let's just add a school. Let me just take a moment and talk about colleges that we are going to apply to. It is my strong suggestion that you apply to at minimum 5 schools. Now, as you saw, we added that fee waiver, so you do not have to pay application fees. If you don't have to pay application fees, then it's not restricting you from applying to multiple schools. So I would say if you are thinking about a 4-year school, you should apply to at least 5 schools at minimum. Of those 5 schools at minimum, at least 3 of those schools should be a public state school. When it comes down to financing college, the most affordable option usually is going to be that public state school option. So we are talking about there are 12 public state schools in Illinois. University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, University of Illinois Chicago, University of Illinois Springfield, Illinois State University, Governor State University, Chicago State University, Northern Illinois University, Eastern Illinois University, Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, Eastern Illinois University, and Northeastern Illinois University. Those are your public state schools. If I did not name it, it is not a public state school in Illinois. And so I would say at least 3 of those schools you should be looking at applying to as like what I call safety schools when it comes down to affordability. So because students that get the full MAP grant, full Pell grant, these schools are going to be the most affordable. I'm going to add Illinois State. Okay, there's Illinois State. I hit add. And now it is going to be listed under my colleges right there. So this again is how you actually hit apply. Once you have filled out the entire Common App profile, everything is filled in, you go to My Colleges, you are going to answer any additional questions that they have, and you're going to review and submit. But again, you cannot do that until the fall. It tells you right here the deadlines. We are going to try to apply to all of our schools early action. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I would suggest you apply early action to all of your schools. And then classes start in August. You cannot apply until August. So, because right now the current seniors are getting settled in, and so you don't want to hit apply until then. One more thing we're going to do together as a group is we are going to add what is called a FERPA waiver. I thought I had cleared this out, but all right. So you go under the My Colleges section, you go to recommenders and FERPA. Here you would see where it says complete FERPA authorization. I actually already did it. So let's see if I can show you. I'm trying to see if I can clear mine. It won't let me clear it because it's already done. But where it says the FERPA, you are going to select complete FERPA authorization. You will select, I waive my rights to see every single document. This gives me permission to send documents on your behalf. As you can see, once you do it one time, it's done for all of your applications. So you have to do it that one time. And you're just going to say, I authorize, I waive my rights. You put your name, you put the date, and you put submit. So that is very important because if you don't do that, I can't send documents on your behalf. So those are the steps of things that have to be done. Once you do those things, then you go back and you just start bit by bit. You fill out your profile, personal information, address, contact. You're going to put everything in, and you just keep working through it. You have all summer to work through this, even though you could get it done in probably like 30 minutes. And that is how you do your common application. I want to show you a couple more things. This is, again, the common application is the most like common way to do it. You can apply up to 20 schools. You can add up to 20 schools on the My Colleges list. If you find a school that you want to apply to is not listed in the common application, you could go directly to their website. I just picked a random school. So Central Michigan University. So you go on their website, you find where it says apply. Usually it'll give you some options about what type of way you're applying. Right here it says, I'm a high school senior, early college student, have earned my high school diploma or equivalent, or I'm a transfer student. I want to earn undergraduate. So you're applying as an undergraduate. So, or I'm a high school student interested in earning college through dual enrollment. You're not dual enrollment because you don't live in Michigan. So you're going to be earning an undergraduate degree. You select that and you're probably going to have to create an account. Now, I would suggest not doing this until you come back to school because this takes no time. It's like 10 minutes. It will save your progress though. So if you decide to build out your profile, you can do that. All right. And then finally, students that are applying to HBCUs. This is a website that I do encourage. It is called the Common Black College App.com. Now, this is one website that would allow you to apply to multiple HBCUs. Now, there are some HBCUs that are not on the Common App. So if the HBCU is not on the Common App, then you would go and you would create an account here. Now this one does have a $20 fee that I cannot waive. There is no way for me to waive that fee, but I would suggest it because like a school like Tennessee State University does not take fee waivers. They are not on the Common App. They are on the Common Black app. Their application though is $50 if you do it on their website. However, if you do this one $20 application, then you can apply to Tennessee State as well as a number of other HBCUs. Okay, I hope that that has helped. I hope that that has helped through this process. I know that that was a lot of information to throw at you at one time, but if it's in since it's in a video, you can pause it, rewind it, start over, watch it multiple times. And of course, as always, you can reach out to me via email, mmiller@sd206.org with any of your questions. All right, you guys, take care.